String methods. A method is a function which performs some operation. Python has some string methods. Those methods can perform some operation on strings. To call a method, we use the following syntax: string object dot method followed by parenthesis. Len function. The len function returns number of characters in a string. Usage: len. Inside the parenthesis you pass an string. Samrat Ashok. It will return 12. Space is also a character. Here I am writing a program to find the total number of characters in a string. So I will ask the user to enter any string. With the help of input function you can display a prompt on the screen. Enter any string, and when the user enters any string, that string will be stored in this string variable. Now one more variable I am declaring here, n is equal to, and I call the len function string1 string 1. So string, I passed a string as an argument in this len function, so this len function will return the total number of characters in the string, and that number will be stored in this n. So I can print the value of n on the screen. Print total number of characters in a string, and then I can print the value of n. So let's run this program. So enter any string. So any string you can enter. Suppose I am entering so it will count the total number of characters. It is 9. Let's run again. So if I type tiger and lion, so the total number of character is 12. So in this way you can calculate the total number of characters in a string. So you should keep in mind that space is also a character. I want to ask you a question. What will be the output of the following program? So I am declaring one variable height, HEIGHT, height equal to len, and then I will pass a string tower and then plus, and then I call the len function, and then I pass one more string building, and if I print height, so what will be the output? So you know that this tower is in the form of a string. It contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters, and this building contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. So 8 and 5 is equal to 13. So 13 will be stored in this height. So it will print 13 as the output. Let's run this program. So it is giving the output 13. So the len function will return the total number of characters in a string. Is_alnum method. This method returns true if all the characters in the string are alphanumeric, a string which contains either number or alphabets or both. Otherwise it will return false. For example, product number 3421.isAllNum. It will return true because this string contains both alphabets and numbers. Here I am writing a program to check whether a string is an alphanumeric string or not. Alphanumeric string means whether a string contains digits or alphabets or both. So let's write a variable string 1 equal to, and I can ask the user to enter a string, enter any string. So when the user types any string, that string will be stored in this string 1. Now you can check with the help of is alpha num method. If string 1 dot is al num method, so you call the method with the help of this dot operator. You type the name of the string object and then dot and then name of the method. So you know that if this condition is true, the statement written inside the if block will execute. So I can print one message on the screen. It is an alphanumeric string. Else I can print not an alphanumeric string. So let's run this program. So a message is displayed on the screen, enter any string. So I am entering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, it is showing it is an alphanumeric string because it contains digits only. So let's run again. Now this time I am entering Mohandas. So you can see it is displaying it is an alphanumeric string because it contains alphabets. So alphanumeric means which contains only digits or only alphabets or both alphabets and digits. Let's run again. This time I will enter a string with alphabets and numbers both. So I am entering roll number 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is showing it is an alphanumeric string. Now let's run again. So if I type here item number and then space, and then if I type 456, now you can see this string contains alphabets and digits, but this string also contains one space character. So space is not allowed in alphanumeric string, so it will display not an alphanumeric string. So in this way you can check whether a string is a alphanumeric string or not. Alphanumeric string means which contain either alphabets or numbers or both alphabets and numbers. Is alpha method, it returns true if all the characters in the string are alphabets, otherwise it will return false. For example, Mahabali dot is alpha, it will return true because all the characters are alphabets. Here I am writing a program to check if all the characters in a string are alphabets or not. I will declare one variable word and then I will call input function. Inside the input function I will pass one string, enter any word, and when the user enter any word, that word will be stored in this variable. So I can check if word dot is alpha. So this method will return true if all the characters are alphabets. So I can print OK, otherwise I can print else. Word contains, or you can print all the characters in this word are not alphabet. Let's run this program. So it is asking enter any word, so I will enter happy. So it is displaying OK. Let's run again. Enter any word. So if I enter marigold 4, So it is saying all the characters in this word are not alphabet, because 4 is a digit, it is not alphabet. So if you want to check whether all the characters in a string are alphabets or not, you can use this isAlpha method in Python. IsDigit method, it returns true if all the characters in the string are digits, otherwise it will return false. For example, 11022456 dot isDigit, it will return true because all the characters are digits. Here I will write a program to check whether all the characters in a string are digits or not. I am declaring one variable mobile number, and then I will ask the user to enter his mobile number. Enter your mobile number. So I will check mobile number dot isDigit whether all the characters in a string are digits or not. Then I can print okay, you can go ahead. Otherwise I can print invalid mobile number. So you know that the mobile number contains digits only. So this isDigit function will return true. This method will return true if all the characters are in the form of digits. Otherwise it will return false, and you know that when the condition is true, the if block statement executes, and if the condition is false, the else block statements will execute. Let's run this program. So it is asking enter your mobile number. So if I enter 98932208174, so it is saying invalid mobile number because this character is not a digit. Let's run again. Enter your mobile number. So if I type 989320817, so it is saying okay, you can go ahead because all the characters in this string are digits. So the if statement returns, this isDigit function returns true, and this statement will execute. Print okay, you can go ahead. That's why you will see this output. So in this way you can check whether the string contains digits or not. You know that mobile number also contains only 10 digits, so you can check whether the mobile number contains 10 digits or not with the help of len function. So you can modify this program. If length of mobile number equal to 10, then you can print okay, you can go ahead. So here in this program I call one method isDigit, another function len function. You know that this len function returns the total number of characters in a string. So mobile number must be of 10 characters. So here I am checking whether the mobile number length of mobile number is 10 or not. Otherwise here also you can print one more statement, mobile number must contain 10 digits, like this. Now let's run this program. So it is asking enter your mobile number, so I enter 1234. So it is saying mobile number must contain 10 digits. Now again I will run this program. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 digits I had entered. So it is displaying okay, you can go ahead. So this is also a very useful method. You can use each digit if you want to check whether the string contains only digits or not. I want to ask you a question. What will be the output of the following code? I am writing a statement print and then I write 1 2 3 4 and then I call a function is alpha. So no, you know that this function will return either true or false based on the string contents. So next statement. So I had written 1 2 3 4 5 dot is digit, 1 2 3 4 5 dot is alnum, 1 2 3 4 5 dot is digit. So you know that these methods will check the string and returns either true or false. So in this case, since all are digits not alphabets, so this statement will print false. And in this case, you know that all the characters are digits, so this statement will return true. And in this case, you know that alphanumeric string contains either digits or alphabets or both. So digits are there, so this statement will also return true. And in this case 1 2 3 4 5, but this string also contains space between these digits. So space is not a digit, so this is digit function will return false. So the output of this program code is false, true, true, false. Let's see the output. So it is giving an error, is alpha is not defined. So I will correct the mistake. Comma is there. So if you want to call a method, you have to separate the string object and method by this dot operator. So the mistake, I had corrected the mistake. Let's run again. So the output is false, true, true, false. So this type of questions can be asked in your examination. So you must keep in mind what type of value will be returned by the function. So these functions will return either true or false. Is lower method. This method will return true if all the alphabets in the string are in lowercase. Otherwise, it will return false. For example, jabalpur@gmail.com is lower. It will return true because all the alphabets are in lowercase. Is upper method. It will return true if all the alphabets in the string are in uppercase. Otherwise, it will return false. For example, Mahabali 2 dot is upper. It will return true because all the alphabets are in uppercase. Here I will create a program to force user to enter his name in uppercase. I am declaring one variable username and then I will assign one value in lowercase and then I will use while loop while not username dot is upper. So this function will return true if all the characters are in uppercase. So all the characters are not in uppercase, so this will return false, and not false means true. And you know that when the condition is true, the statement written inside the while block executes. So I type username and then input function and then I will type one message on the screen. Type your name in uppercase and press enter. So this while loop will execute again and again when the condition is true. So when the condition becomes false, the control goes to the else part and you can print one message on the screen. Now you have typed correctly. Now let's run this program. So it is asking type your name in uppercase and press enter. So I will type one name, Yogesh, but all the characters are not in uppercase, so it is asking again. I will type Yogesh, still all the characters are not in uppercase, so I will type Yogesh, still all the characters are not in uppercase. Now I will type Yogesh, now all the characters are in uppercase, so the while loop will terminate and it is displaying now you have typed correctly. So this is how you can use in your program the uppercase is upper method and is lower method. So this is upper method will return true if all the characters in a string are in uppercase, and if you are using is lower, then is lower will return true if all the characters in a string are in lowercase. So these methods you can use in your software, in your program, in your application. String modification methods. There are some string modification methods which when applied on a string returns a new modified string. Original string will remain unchanged. Lower method. This method will return new modified string in which all alphabetic characters will be in lowercase, means small letters. Upper method. This method will return new modified string in which all alphabetic characters will be in uppercase, means capital letters. Strip method. This method will return new modified string in which all spaces from both ends will be removed. It also removed any new line character or tab character from both left and right side of the string. It means it removes all leading and trailing white spaces from a string. In this program, I will demonstrate some string modification methods. Let's declare a variable. Username equal to input, and then I will ask the name of the user, enter your name, and then I will display the string in uppercase letters, username dot upper. So this method will return a new string with all the characters in uppercase. Then I will ask the user to enter his email ID. Enter your email ID, and when the user enters his email ID, that email ID is stored in this email variable. Then I can print email, and then I call the lower method. So this lower method will return a new string in which all the alphabets are in lowercase. Then I will ask hobby, enter your hobby. Then I will print hobby dot lstrip. So this lstrip method will remove the leading spaces. Leading spaces means the spaces at the left side of the string. Again I will print hobby dot rstrip. So this rstrip method will remove the trailing spaces from the string, and then I call print function, and then again I am typing hobby dot strip. So this strip method will remove both leading and trailing spaces from the string. So one thing you should keep in mind that original string will not be modified. It is only displaying the new string returned by these methods. Now let's run this program. enter your name. So I am typing Mohandas. So Mohandas is displaying in capital letters, and then it is asking enter your email ID. So I type mohandas@gmail.com. So you can see it is displaying the email ID in lowercase letters. Now enter. Now I am typing spaces. So spaces at left side of the string is called leading space. Then I will type playing football, and then again I will type some spaces. So these spaces are called trailing spaces. Now I will enter. So I write three print statement only to explain the concept of R strip, L strip and strip method. So when you call L strip, you can see the spaces from the left side of the string has been removed, and when you call R strip method, so you can see spaces at the right side of the string has been removed. And when you call strip methods, so both leading spaces and trailing spaces has been removed from the string. So you can use those methods in your program. Those methods will return a new string, always return a new string, because a string is a immutable object. You cannot modify the original string once it is created. So these methods will return a new string, and that new string you can display on the screen with the help of print statement. Let's develop a word game in Python. The following rules need to be followed while playing this game. The first word can begin with any letter. All other words have to begin with the last letter of the previous word. No words can be repeated. Each word must contain 5 letters. Here I will create a word game in Python. So I am writing a comment, word game in Python. So first I will use the print statement. Inside the print statement I will write any string. So this string will be displayed on the screen when I run this program. Then I ask the user to enter any word. So let's create a variable and call the input function. Inside the input function you can type any string, enter any word with 5 letters. So this string will be displayed on the screen, and when the user enters any 5-letter word, that word will stored in this variable. Now I will declare one variable count is equal to 1, so that I count the number of words, and then I will create one list. The name of the list is old list, and inside this list I will store this word entered by the user. Now I will use one while loop, and I will check whether the word contains 5 characters or not. So you know that when this condition is true, the statements written inside the while loop will execute. So you know that this len function will return the number of characters in a string. So I will check whether the number of characters in that word is equal to 5 or not, and I will also check that all the characters in the string are alphabets. So I am using here is alpha method. Then I press enter. Then I will create one more variable start, and in this variable I will store the last character of the word, because in this game the next word should begins with the last character. So the last character, you know that the index of last character in a string is -1. So the last character I am assigning to this start variable. Now I can print one message on the screen. Type next 5-letter word begins with the letter and I will pass word -1. So the next letter, the new word must start with the last letter of the previous word. So that's why I display this message on the screen. Then I will call input function, and when the user enters new word, that new word is stored in this word variable, and then I will check if word in old list. You know that the rule of a game is that the word should not be repeated. So I will check if word in old list. So I will print one message, word repeated. Game over. Since word should not be repeated in this game, and then I will call this break statement. You know that break statement will terminate the loop. Else I will store the word in the old list. You know that you can use append method, lists append method. So this append method will add new item into the list. Now I will again check if word dot is alpha. You know that this is alpha method will return true if all the characters in the string are alphabets. Then I will again check if length of word is not equal to 5, or word, the first letter of word is not equal to start. Since the new word's letter, the beginning letter, the starting letter must be the last letter of the previous word. So I will check if this condition is true, then I will print one message, game over. And then again print one more message that you have not entered 5 letters word begins with the letter start. So the new word must start with the last letter of the previous word, and then I will call break statement to terminate the loop. Otherwise I can print success, and then I can print the value of count on the screen, and also increment the value of count. Now this is the code for while loop, and suppose this condition becomes false. So you know that you can use else statement with while loop also. So I will print one more message, 5 letters word must contain alphabets. Only, and then one more statement I will print, game over. So this is the complete program. This is a program for word game, and the user will enter 5-letter word and it will check the length of that word must be 5 and all the characters in that word must be alphabets. Then only the code written inside the while loop will execute. Now let's run this program and see the output. So the game starts, enter any word with 5 letters. So if I type tiger, then it is asking type next 5-letter word begins with the letter R. So if I write smile, now this smile is not beginning with the letter R, so the program must terminate and game over should be displayed on the screen. So you can see it is displaying game over. You have not entered 5-letter word begins with the letter R. So let's run again this program. Enter any word with 5 letters. So if I type table, then it is asking type next 5-letter words begins with the letter E. If I type E, 1, 2, 3, 4, now this word contains 5 characters and it also begins with E, but all the characters are not alphabets, so this program should display game over message on the screen. So look, it is displaying 5 letters word must contains alphabets only, game over. Now run this program again and I will follow all the rules of a game. So enter 5-letter words. So I will type about. This about contains 5 letters. Let's see what happens. Now it is displaying type next 5-letter words begin with the letter T. So I enter table. So it is displaying success 1. Type next 5-letter word begins with the letter E. So let's type earth. So success 2. Type next 5-letter words begin with the letter H. So I will type human. So success 3. Type next 5-letter words begin with the letter N. So I type night. Success 4. Type next 5-letter words begin with the letter T. So I type test. Success 5. Type next 5-letter word begins with the letter E. So if I type enter, so it is displaying success 6. Now it is asking type next 5-letter words begin with the letter R. So I will write right. Now it is asking next 5-letter word begins with letter T. So if I again enter this word test, the game should be over. Let's see what happens. If I type test, so it is displaying word repeated, game over. So this program is perfectly working. Now last time, if I run this program again, so let's run this program, enter 5-letter words, human. This time I will type dream. Next 5-letter words begins with letter M, so media. Next 5-letter word begins with the letter A, so ahead. Next 5-letter word begins with the letter D, so delay. Next 5-letter word begins with the letter Y, young. Next 5-letter word begins with the letter G, grace. Next 5-letter word begins with the letter E, enemy. Next 5-letter word begins with the letter Y, so youth. So this way the game will continue. And if I again type, if I have made some mistake, for example, I type holiday, so now this is not a 5-letter word, so the game should be over. So you can see game over message is displaying. You have not entered 5-letter words begin with the letter H. So this letter doesn't contain 5 letters, that's why game is over. So in this way you can develop game programs in Python, and I recommend you to take and test in Python programming so that you can also develop such programs, such software, such games in Python programming language.